This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, all. This is Shiva. Okay, welcome to the EDZ Technologies. And in the last class, we have discussed about data objects and some of the output statements. Okay, and what is the output statements? Like we have a write statement, uline statement, and format statement, and skip statement. Maybe we didn't try skip, and maybe we can use the skip also. It will skip the lines. Suppose when you are printing, if you write skip 2 lines, it is going to skip the 2 lines. It is going to print from the third line. Yes, that is a skip statement. It's a very simple. You can try it out. Skip statement, and we have seen only the data objects with a single field, and we can store the single values, guys. Okay, if it is in a single field, if you store in a single values, that we are going to call a variable data type, guys. Okay, what is variable data type? So control B, and if it is a name, it stores the single field and single value, guys. This is my variable. Okay, so this is my variable kind of data objects, guys. We have different kind of data objects. Okay, types of data objects. Okay, very important, guys. So today we are going to see interesting stuff. What exactly the different type of data types we have in the ABAP. Okay, let's take an example of the syntax for the variable is, let's take an example of field one. Okay, type integer. So here how many fields we have? We have only one field, and we can store only single value. We can store only single value. Okay, so I cannot store multiple values. I cannot store multiple values at a time, guys. I cannot store it. Okay, it's not possible at all. So this we are going to call, it's a variable data objects, guys. But I would like to have a data object. I would like to have a data object. So let's take, this is my data object. Okay, so if I want to store the values over here, so let's take, this is my data object. Let's take my employee number and name and date of birth and phone number and email. I want multiple fields, okay, in a single shot. And maybe I can say my employee number is 100, name is, okay, Ronald, my date of birth is V1207, okay, 1984, guys, and phone is 9966 and 107836, guys. Some email ID edz tech @ gmail.com. So I want a multiple fields, and I should store a single record, guys. This total we are going to call, it's in a record. It's not a value, guys. Okay, field I can say it's in a value, but you are storing a record over here. It's in a student record, guys. It's in a student record. So record is a combination of the multiple fields is in a record with the values, guys. Okay, suppose this concept we are going to call, it's in a work area or header line. This is a data objects work area or in a header line, guys. So what it stores, it stores multiple fields or columns, both are same, guys. Okay, multiple columns. Okay, it stores multiple multiple fields with single record, guys. With single record, only one record. The capacity of the work area is, it can store only one record, guys. It doesn't store multiple records. It doesn't have the capability of storing the multiple records, guys. It doesn't have the capability of storing the multiple records. We can store only single record, but with multiple fields. I can group together multiple fields or multiple columns. I can store the values, guys. That's a name work area or header line, guys. Okay. Next, the most interesting concept here is how can you store the multiple values. How can you store the multiple values, guys? Here I have employee name, employee number, employee name, date of birth, phone, and email id, but I would like to store multiple values, guys. So here you can say, so I would like to store the multiple values, my employee number and name and date of birth and phone and email. So in any organization, in any institute, in any educational institute, you will not be having only single student, right? There will be multiple students. How can you store the multiple student data? So if you want to see one at one and name, maybe I can take Pawan and date of birth is maybe 15th, okay, August, okay, and maybe your age almost 20 years. How many years? 19, 98. Okay, so 1998, guys. Okay, and phone some 123456 and email ID some sim at the rate gmail .com. This is my record, and I have a 101 and it's Irfan and maybe what is the date of birth? Maybe 20. Okay, so I don't know, but I am putting some famous things. One maybe 09. Okay, maybe 2000. What is your age? Uh, Same 98. Okay, so it's a same batch, right? 1998. Guys. Okay, maybe your number is something and something, and okay, Irfan at the rate gmail.com. Okay, next we have one or two, and the next one is okay, Sai and another date of birth. Maybe you can say 21 some. Okay, 01. Okay, and some. What is yours? 96. Okay, 1996, and these things, and it's a Sai at the rate gmail.com, and next one is 103, and it's my name is Ajay, and Ajay 22. I'll keep megastar date of birth 2202. Maybe what is your age? Huh? Okay, 1993, guys, and some blah 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 your number and Ajay. Okay, at the rate gmail.com. So this is the record. So I have a multiple fields and multiple records. Okay, so if you want to store multiple fields with multiple records, the concept in ABAP is it's an internal tables, guys. Very very important. So we are going to see internal tables and work area in each and every program. Without this, we will not be developing any program, guys. So what is internal table? It's a uh, temper temporary table. It's a temporary table, and the memory allocation will be done at the runtime execution of the program, and it consists of multiple columns and multiple rows, guys. It consists of multiple columns and multiple rows, guys. Now you know, right, what exactly the column and what exactly the row, guys. Maybe you can say uh, this is my columns, guys, right? This is my columns, and So this is my rows. The data is rows, guys. The data is rows. Maybe instead of here I can say rows. This is my row. Let us see. This is my row 2. What happened? Control C. Okay. This is my row 2. This is my row 3. And control V. This is my row 4, guys. Okay. Multiple rows. These are all the multiple rows. And these are all the columns. Right. So these are all the columns. This is one column. So I can say it's in a column 1. Right. And this is my column 2. This is my column 2. And control V. And this is my column 3. This is my column 3 and control V. This is my okay. This is my column 3. This is my column 4. This is my column 5, guys. So this is an internal table. Okay. So the internal table consists of columns and rows, and it is capable to store the multiple records, guys. Multiple records I can store in a internal table, guys. Okay. So this is an internal table concept. It's in a temporary table, and the memory allocation will be done at the runtime execution of your program. And when the program completes, the memory will be released from the application layer, guys. Where the ABAP programs will run in a application layer. We have an R3 architecture, SAP architecture, the R3 architecture. So we have presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. All your ABAP programs will run in the application layer, guys. Application layer means the application layer will be run in the RAM level, not in the disk level, guys. Okay. So this is our architecture. This is an internal table, guys. This is an internal table, guys. So if you want to insert the data into internal table directly, we cannot do it, guys. So first you need to send it to the work area, and from work area you need to send it to the internal table, guys. Even if you want to read the data from internal table, so you need to send it to the work area. From work area only you need to take the values. So directly referring to the internal table, the field values directly referring to internal table is not at all possible. So then how can you insert the data? Maybe typically my internal table structure will be like this. And let's take an example of, so this is my internal table. Okay. So now I am going to combine the internal table with work area and internal table as well, guys. Maybe this is my, let's say column 1. I don't mention the column 1. And this is my column 2. This is my column 3. This is my column 4. This is my column 5. This is my column 6. It's my column 7. It's my column 8. It's my, okay, sorry. It's my column 8 and column 9. It's my, okay, column 10. I have 10 columns in my internal table, guys. And so first I am going to take the work area. Maybe I have a values in work area 1, 2, and just I am entering some numbers. Okay. First I am sending the data to the work area. Okay. I'm sending the data to the work area, and my values are like this. My values are like this, guys. Okay. Suppose let's take an example of, this is my work area, guys. This area is my work area. This area is my no. So insert, I would like to highlight this. Okay, we'll highlight with some red color. This is my work area. Maybe I can use the arrow. This is my work area. Maybe what I will do is I will do in a separate logic, and delete rows. Now this is my work area, guys. This is my work area. Okay, and I have a internal table. Okay, I have an internal table, guys. Okay, and take the internal table. Uh, this is my internal table. Okay, so maybe Control C and Control V, and this is my internal table, guys. This is my internal table. Okay, so if you want to store the multiple values, what we need to do is, first I need to pass the values to the work area, and from work area what I need to do is, I need to send the record one by one, guys. I need to send the record one by one. Okay, I need to send the record one by one. I need to send the records one by one to the I need to send the record one by one to the uh, this is my record. I'm going to send the record from work area to the internal table, and like this I can take, and one more I can send it to here, and Control V, I can send one more record to here. Like this, one more, one by one, I am going to transfer the records, one record by record from work area to the internal table, guys. So how can you send the records? So first time, if I send, my values is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 0, guys. Let's say these are columns C1, C2, same columns. You can consider this is my columns, guys. And maybe in the next record, I'm going to send like this 0, 1, 0 reverse. Maybe I can send 0 and 9 and 8 and 7 and this is an example, guys. Just 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, so next record, if you want to send, maybe I can send the records 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7 comma 9 comma 11 comma 13 comma 15 comma 17 comma 19, and sometimes I can send 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8 comma, okay, 10 and 12 and 14 and 16 and 18 and 20. So like this, first I need to send the data to here, and append, move the data from work area to the internal table, and next record and transfer the data to the work area, and again transfer the data from work area to the internal table, guys. You need to process record by record. You need to process record by record from work area to the internal table, guys. Work area to the internal tables, record by records, record by records, record by record. You need to transfer from work area to the internal table, guys. This is a work area. Work area is capable of holding the single records, but internal table is capable of holding the multiple records, guys. So how can you declare the work areas then? So it's in a group of fields, right? It's not a single field. If it is in a single field, I can define with the directly data type, but it's in a group of fields. How can you declare that, guys? How can you declare that, guys? Okay, first, if you want to, so I have a predefined data types, integer and all, right? Even we have a user defined data types, guys. So we have a concept called so user defined data types. What is the user defined data types? So if you want to declare the user defined data types in the program, your so we'll use the predefined data type, but I need to maintain a combo. Let's types is an a one of the data type, is types is an a one of the data type. It doesn't have any types, doesn't have any data types, doesn't have any memory allocations. Okay, suppose if you want to combine multiple columns as a reference object, so what you need to do is the code is like this: begin of maybe. So this is my types, guys. My naming convention for the types is ty. This is my data objects types. So let's take an example of ty underscore some employee. This is the types for the employee. Ty underscore employee, guys. Okay, this is the fancy name. This is the fancy name. This can be used any name, guys. No problem. Okay, you can use for either any name. It's not a standard. You need to define only with this name. It's in a name reference object types name, guys. Okay, then comma means still I have to define something more. Okay, and I have an employee number. Okay, so here you need to define employee number type integer. So I have defined a one field with the employee number. Now maybe you might understand what exactly I'm going to do it, guys. And I have another field, and my another field is name. Emp name, it's my type, maybe character, right? And I have a date of birth, right? It's my date of birth. What is the type of date of birth? Datum, right? You can now you can group the multiple fields. Maybe I'm taking only three fields now. Okay, then you need to provide end of ty underscore emp, guys. This is the structure. This is my user defined data type. It's my own data type. I'm going to combine a multiple fields into a single data type, guys. So this types doesn't have any memory allocations, guys. So types doesn't have any memory allocation. So to have memory allocation, we need to define data objects. We need to define data objects. So I'm going to the data object. So my data objects. So now I need in a work area. Maybe I can say I will give you a shortcut work area, and it's the here the keyword is the type, guys. So just use the type, and just use the type. Type is a keyword, and this type, and what kind of this work area. So I need to define not the with the I or C or datum. Why? Because it's a group of fields. So here my reference object, reference type is the this, guys. Control C, and this is the type of the ty underscore emp. That means, so this work area will be created with multiple fields, guys, and it can store only one record, guys, like this. It can store only one record. Now you can see I have an employee name and employee number, employee name, and a date of birth, and a work area is created. Here I can store a single record, guys. But if you want to store multiple records, if you want to store multiple records, then this is the syntax for the work area. Syntax work area. Okay, this is the syntax for the work area, and I have a syntax for the internal syntax for internal table. It's very very important. So here data, my maybe I can say internal table itab. Here the keyword is type table of, guys. If it is if you want to become an internal table, you need to use the syntax itab. Type table of is the data objects. Anyway, you need to have any data, but the keyword which you need to use is the type table of. My reference is ty underscore emp, guys. Both the things, the reference is same, the reference is same, guys. Okay, so here you can say the here the syntax, the reference is type table of. Here if it is in a work area, it's in a type, guys. It's in a work area. If you want to define a work area, it's a type. And if you want to define a internal table, it's in a type table of, guys. Type table of, guys. This is the different type of data objects. We have a variable, we have work area, we have the internal table, guys. Variable is capable of holding single field, single value, and work area will capable of holding multiple fields with single value or single record. And if it is an internal table, we can have multiple columns and multiple rows, guys. That's the difference. And if it is in a single data object, maybe define the syntax for the variable also we can define in the same way. Syntax for variable. So you know that already. Data, okay, data, maybe field one type integer, right? So it holds a single field and single values, guys. So are you clear, guys? Now are you clear? So this is the foundation, guys. This is the foundation for your ABAP total ABAP course. This is the foundation, guys. So if you understand these three things, okay, it is very easy to learn the ABAP programming. Guys. Most of the people, when they go for the ABAP training, so most of the trainers are not able to capable to explain these three things, guys. So in a proper way, they are not going to explain directly. They will come to the syntax. They will explain this is variable, this work area, this is internal table. Okay, you need to define with type. You need to define a type table of that's it. Okay, but so the way we are explaining here from the scratch, from the low level, we are explaining here. So what exactly it is, then only you are going to understand this syntax, guys. If you don't have this knowledge, you cannot understand this syntax. It takes months to understand this, and by the time your course will be completed, when you are going to understand these basics, your course will be completed. That's it. That your fees gone, your time is gone, guys. That's it. Okay. Now, so how can you move the records to the work area? Already you know data variable. Just you can pass directly, since in a field you can pass the values. But if it's a work area, how can you do the, how can you assign the values to the work area, guys? So uh, assign the field values to the work area. How can you do that? Maybe I already declared a work area. So let's take an example of, I want to pass the value to the employee number. So you need to put here, because I have a data object work area. In that work area, I have in a field, I have in a column employee number. If it is in a direct employee number, I can assign like this. Maybe employee number equal to 100. It's if it is in a variable, but it's not a variable. It's in a work area, and you need to send the values to the work area, guys. So work area, and here you need to use hyphen field name, and this value equal to 100. Now the value will be assigned, guys. And I have in a work area, and employee name and equal to, this is the assignment of values to the work area, guys. And my name is, maybe I can use Ronald. Okay, and work area hyphen employee, maybe date of birth, maybe date of birth equal to some value somewhere. Maybe I can assign side date, guys. Today is birth date, is today's date. Okay, so datum, that's it. So is the birth rate. Now you can see these values, and now what will happen? So now whenever you do this code, what will happen is, so it is going to do like this. And I have employee number, name, and date of birth. I can have only two, guys. The only one record. This can hold only one record. So it's my employee number, and maybe I can give the shortcuts name. Sorry, uh, EMP and AME, and it's my DOB. So what it will do now? So first it will insert 100. Next it will insert Ronald. Next it will insert, what is today's date? 27 by zeros. Guys, it's an internal format. It will come like this internally. 2019, and month is 06 and 27, guys. This is the value. So the SAP internal format for the date is YYY, and DD, guys. This is the record. But today I have lot of births, guys. Not only this Ronald, I have the other as well. I have other records as well. So definitely, suppose today in a hospital, I need to send all the new births to the municipal office. So how can we do that? How can we do that, guys? Maybe I have only one record. The work area is capable of only one record, but I need to transfer the values from work area to the internal table, guys. How can you do that? Okay, there are lot of ways, guys. There are lot of ways to transfer the data from work area to the internal table, guys. That operations we are going to call, it's an internal table operations, guys. Internal table operations. Very important. Now you know what is the data object, but you need to know how to transfer the data. There are different kind of requirements which you are going to have. How can you transfer the data from internal table, from work area to the internal table, guys? This we are going to call, it's an internal table operation. My first operation is append. This is my first operation, append operation, guys. So what exactly append is going to do? What exactly append is going to do? It um, transfer the values from work area to internal table by appending the record. It will always append the record to internal table, always in the end, guys. Always in the end it is going to append the record, guys. What exactly it is, we'll see. Okay, what end, at the end or the last, guys. In the last it is going to append it, guys. So what exactly it is, we'll see. Okay, we'll see in the practical, that I will show in the debugging mode. Okay, theory I will not explain much here. I will explain in the debugging how exactly it is going to happen, guys. So what is the syntax? If you want to move the syntax is, so syntax is, I have keyword append, and this is my keyword work area, uh, work area to I tab. This is the syntax, guys. When you do this, it will transfer the data from work area to the internal table. It will transfer the data from work area to the internal table, guys. That's exactly the append statement. No, I cannot see. Sorry, I cannot see the data. So this, with this append, we can do the append from work area to the internal table, guys. Maybe it's going here. Okay, leave it. So this is my append work area to I tab, guys. Maybe here the keywords are, append is the keyword and to is the keyword, guys. So maybe I can use like ABAP. So blue lines, and this is my keywords. Here my data object for the work area and my data object for the internal table, guys. This is the syntax to transfer the data from work area to the internal table, guys. Okay, always what it will do, it will insert the it will move the record in the end. So first it will append here, and suppose if you are append one more record, it will append in the next record. Next means in the last only. So whenever you append, after I have already 5 records, when you do the append, it will insert at the 6th row, guys. It will insert in the 6th row, guys. So always it will append the record in the final or in the last or in the end, guys. That's an append operation, internal table operation, guys. Now maybe sometimes my requirement is, I have 10 records, but I would like to uh, move the data in a at particular position. I need to move the record, guys, in a particular position. Already I have a 10 records, but at the third position here, I need to move the record here. Okay, so if you want to do like, if you want to do this kind of operation, so my operation is called insert. So we are going to use the statement insert statement, guys. So if you want to transfer the data in a particular position, we are going to use the insert operation. And here I will go, and so my next operation is insert operation, and this is my one more internal table operation, guys. Insert. Okay, uh, it will transfer the data from work area to, okay, internal table at particular or specified position. Perfect. At specified position. Okay, simple definitions, guys. So if you want to transfer the data from work area to the internal table at particular position or specified position, we need to use insert. Not only insert, guys, and you need to add one more combination, insert plus index operation, guys. So we are going to call indexing. So each position we are going to call it's an index of this internal table. So first row it's an index 1, and second row index 2, third row index 3, fourth row index 4, guys. That's what the indexing index operation. So the position is the index operation. The technical term is the index operation, which we are going to do it, guys. That's a combination of if you need to do insert and what position you are going to insert it. Let's take an example of I have in a record. Okay, so I need to do insert English insert work area here. Not two, guys, you need to do into internal table and index. Maybe if you want to do at third position, put an index operation third position. Both the things you need to use insert, and with the combination of the whenever you do the insert, you need to use into, not the to, and you need to use index is also one more keyword, guys. Index is also one more keyword, guys. That's the index operation, guys. That's the index operation. Can we see these two statements in today's class? And later in tomorrow we are going to explain a lot of statements. We are in the internal table operations, guys. So we are going to do a lot of operations on the internal table. And now today we'll see the what is append, exactly what is the insert, guys. Okay, so that's what we are going to see in today's class, internal table operations and work area and internal table operations, guys. Okay, so very very important. If you understand these concepts, it's very very easy to learn the ABAP, guys. Okay, so it's like internal tables are like arrays in JavaScript. And see, how can you store multiple values in C? In C also arrays is the concepts. C also arrays, and JavaScript it is an arrays. In ABAP it's an internal table, guys. So if it is in a dynamic things, it's in a field symbols, but in C it's in a pointers in the C, guys. So like this. So we need to compare. If you know one technology, you can easily adapt it to the another technology. Here also that's why I started with ABAP. So if you learn this technology, you can easily adapt it to the JavaScript. Whatever the technology, you can easily adapt, guys. The fundamentals, the concept is same, but you may have the way of writing the code is different, but you can easily adapt it to the any new technologies comes up. That's the advantage of the technology, guys. Tools are you need to learn the tools, but it doesn't give the long term career. If you learn the technology, it will give the long term career, guys. That's the power of the technology. And now what I am going to do, I am going to write a program, guys. So I will not explain the code here. I will go to the ABAP editor, and we'll go to the ABAP editor. We'll open the SAP ECC, and so you have to come back, guys. Okay, it's opening different transaction by default. I don't know why. So go to the SC38, and it's a EDG 7, and it's not H, EDG 7, and work area and internal ITAP. Okay, ITAP operations. This is my program, and create the program demo for work area and internal operations. Work area and internal table operations. Go to the executable program and save it in the local object. And now, so first what you need to do, just we'll take the same example, employee details, right? So I'm going to define the data types for the employee table, right? So types, the first is the types, and begin of ty underscore employee. This is my name, reference name, and employee number. It's my type, it's my integer. And the next one is, what is the next one? and employee name, and it's my type, it's my character, but I need to have a length, because when you define C, it is only have one character. Maybe I can give 20 character, and this is my type C, and I have in a date of birth, right? It's type datum, guys. It's type datum, and okay, I have in a syntax error, okay, and it's my type, and you can go here and okay, and end of. Okay, so same name you need to provide it. ty underscore emp. I don't have further. I need to have a period. Okay, this is my types declaration. Types doesn't have any memory allocation. If you want to have any memory allocation, you need to have any data objects. My data objects for work area, and it's my work area. The keyword is only type, and you need to define your user defined data type ty underscore emp. And I have another data objects. My data objects is internal table. My keyword is type table of ty underscore emp, and the work area will be created with these three fields. The internal table together. I can have a comma over here, guys. This is what the grouping, and do the pretty printer, do the syntax check. Maybe I can do like this. Now you can see there is no syntax errors, and I have any data declarations over here. Now if you want to transfer the values, work area hyphen employee number equal to maybe 100, maybe integer, I can directly pass it, guys. So no need to put in a single quotes, and work area hyphen empnam and equal to employee name. It's a text, guys. It's my Ronald, okay, and I have a work area hyphen datum is date of birth is today, date of birth. I can use the system variable the, without hard coding. It's a side datum, guys. It's a side datum. So what I need to do? So this is my employee number, and what I need to do is I need to transfer this data from work area to the internal table. From here, the first record I'm going to append it to the internal table. First append the data, append the data from work area to the internal table. Now the data is done, and I have one more employee. The employee another employee number. Okay, so employee number equal to 101, and I have work area hyphen employee name equal to, tell me some name, guys. Maybe I have a Frank. Okay, this is the one of the details, and employee number hyphen this, and the date of birth equal to psi datum. Maybe if he it his birth rate is in yesterday, I can say psi datum minus one, guys. Okay, psi datum minus today's date psi datum, but yesterday it's a minus one. I can do arithmetic operation over here, guys. Okay, so now you can see side item minus one, guys. I'm not doing the hard coding over here, and append the record, append the record from work area to the internal table, guys. Next I have one more. See, guys, every record I'm appending it, okay, and I'm replacing the employee number with a new value. So same data object, same work area, I'm replacing the value with the new value, guys, new values, and I'm appending to the internal table. And next one is employee number. My employee number equal to, maybe I can say Sachin. Okay, so he is my one of the employee. Okay, so now employee name, and okay, sorry. So his employee number is different, guys. So 102, and the name is the Sachin. Yes, name is Sachin, and this next one employee, and date of birth maybe is date of birth psi hyphen datum, okay, minus maybe is almost 45 years, calculator, and maybe 45 years into 12 months, sorry, 45 into 365, right? directly I can do in a 365. So 1 year 365 days, 365 45 years equal to this, and 16 or 25, 16 4 to 5 years approximately. This is my date of birth, and I'm going to append the record work area to internal table, guys. Okay, and done. Just I'm going to write. Okay, just okay. uh, we have successfully transferred the records from work area to internal table. That's it. Okay, this is my code, guys. Control S and pretty printer, and do the syntax check. The object worker doesn't have a component called datum, so maybe say field. See, guys, this is a reference. My field name is date of birth, guys, not the datum. My field name is date of birth. I have used the reference one, but it's my date of birth, guys. That's the problem. Okay, you need to mention the field names, guys. This is my field name, this is the reference thing, so I should not use the reference. I need to use the field names always, guys. Okay, so do this and do this and execute, guys. So maybe if I want to print one by one, I can print it, but I'm not printing it. This I'm going to show in the debugging, guys. This I'm going to show in that. Maybe if you want to print, so here you can print right employee number, employee name, date of birth. Again, write employee number, date of birth. Okay, maybe we'll write that. Okay, we'll write that. Okay, so what I'm going to do? So first I'm going to write my uh, this, and it's my employee number and work area and employee name and work area. Sorry, not underscore, guys, it's a date of birth, guys. You can uh, print the same logic, because after moving the record I can print the same logic, guys. I can print the same logic. Okay, but a printer, do this and do this and do this. Now you can see the records and execute it. Now you can see first one is 100 Ronald 27, today's date 2018. System date is, guys, this is my system date. Actually there is a licensing problem. I put my system server date as a previous date. Okay, so that's why it's taking a 1 year back. I put my server date, guys. And next, Frank, so 26 minus 1 2606 this, but here you can see such in date of birth in the 1970 approximately. I have given, maybe I have given long back 45 years. Now 17 3 plus 45 2018, guys. Okay, this is what my record, and we have successfully transferred the records from work area to the internal table, guys. Guys, if you see the output I don't satisfy, I should understand the system. I need to debug it, guys, how exactly the program is working. So that's what important. Always the concern about the debugging, not the output. Output easy, guys, everybody can get the outputs, but you should understand the concept. That's important. So put a, this is my declarative logic. The breakpoint doesn't work on the declarative logic. My processing logic starts here, and put the breakpoint, place the cursor and put the breakpoint, and execute your program. Execute your program. Now, guys, if it is in a single field, you can click on the single field, right? But if it is in a work area, you can click on the work area. Now it is in a work area, and click on the work area, guys. See, guys, employee name, employee number, employee name, and date of birth, guys. Now you can see column 1 and column 2 and column 3. I have 3 columns. You can see I can have a 3 columns. Can you store multiple values here? Can you store? Oh, no, no. So multiple values means you need to look at the uh, based on each field you need to look it, and you cannot store multiple. You can have only single record. You cannot have single multiple values. The multiple fields are different, guys. Fields is different, but the values you need to look at. This is the field name, this is my field value. This you cannot store in a multiple values here, guys. So we'll see how it exactly. So now the cursor is here in the 12th line. First I will transfer the employee number. Okay, press F5 and go to the work area. Now the employee number is transferred to the work area, and now he comes, and now I am transferring the Ronald, and go to the work area you can see the Ronald over here. Since it is in a date, by default values are the 0. And now I am transferring side item and go to the work area. Now you can see the date of birth is. See guys, I can store only single record, not the multiple records. But I can have multiple fields. Field is different, value and record is different, guys. You should understand the difference between column and a row. Row is the content, but columns are the fields, guys. Columns are the fields. The data is the rows, not the fields, not the fields, guys. You can identify your data by using field names. You can identify your data by using field names. Now what I am going to do, see this. Now I am double clicking on the internal table. Double click on it. Now you can see, guys, the internal table. You can see it's in a tabular format. So here first position.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so uh, what we, yeah, so now you can see this is a data object for the internal table. Now you can see the first position indicates how many number of rows you have in the data objects, and the second position is 3, means you have only 3 columns in this data objects internal table, guys. And you can double click on the internal table. Now you can see, guys, employee name and employee number, employee name, date of birth. Now guys, you can capable of storing multiple records since it is in a tabular format. Here you can see there is a row, there is an index operation, guys. Now you can see, where is my cursor? My cursor is at append. The append is not yet executed. So when you do the append, when I execute this statement F5, now you can see, guys, there is one record which is transferred to the internal table. And go here. Now you can see there is an one record and employee number 100 and Ronald and your date of birth. This is my first record. This is my first index, guys. Next, I will go to, I'm writing it. That's no problem. It's printing on the output. It's printing on the output. Next, I have a work area. So now I will go to the work area. I have an 100 Ronald and this. Now what I am doing, I am replacing with the new values. 101. Now you go to the, like this you need to see, guys, like this you need to see. Now only transferred 101. And next I am transferring Frank, and now the Frank values comes here, and I am transferring side item -1. Go to the work area. Now you can see it becomes 26. Date of birth. Now the append, we are appending the data from work area to the internal table. Now you can see there is a 2 records in the internal table, and double click on it, it's in a second row, and you have the second record. This is my second record. This is my second record. Always the append is transferring the data in the last record, guys. The last record, in the final record it is going to transfer, guys. Next, same way, already I know how it will execute. Now I am doing directly the append operation. Now you can see there are 3 records. You can see there are 3 records, 1 2 3, guys. Okay, there are 3 records in the system, and you can see. So this is my program execution, guys. This is my program execution, guys. This is an append. Are you clear? Are you clear how to transfer the data from to the work area, from work area to the internal table, guys? This is my figure. Now you can see, first we have declared an internal table, and that internal table field by field we have moved the data, and that data record, moving transferring the data from work area to the internal table, record by record. Always it will transfer at the final record at the end of the your internal table, and each row is the index operation, guys. Each row is an index operation. And to assign the values to the work area, you need to provide hyphen field name to your work area directly. Itab hyphen field name doesn't work, guys. Always you need to come to the work area. From work area only you need to move the values to the internal table. So what my intention here is, so let's take an example of directly I cannot transfer the values like this. Itab hyphen employee number. See, it will give the syntax error. So 104. Just I am giving some example, and save and pretty printer. Do the syntax check. Now you can see itab is a table without a header line, therefore has no component called employee number, guys. It's not at all possible. And there is a way to transfer, but it's in a different kind of internal table, guys. Different kind of internal table that I will explain. The concept is same. So the concept is same. You need to first send to the work area, then only you need to move to the internal table, guys. Now my operation is, so next one is I am going to do an insert. Perfect answer. W hyphen my employee number equal to maybe I am going to insert, maybe I can insert 105 in middle. We'll see, guys. Okay, 100 last, what is the 100 and 101, 102, 103, 103, and work area and employee name, and I have employee name. Tell me one of the famous. Maybe I my nowadays Hardik Pandya is my favorite batsman in India. Okay, Hardik Pandya. Okay, maybe WA fun. Okay, and date of birth and equal to maybe some date of birth, guys. Sai hyphen date of, how old is? Do you know anyone? Remember how old this guy? This guy maybe 23 around into 365 equal to this 8395. I can say just approximate, guys. Don't, it's a record, that's it. Okay, nothing specific. Insert. Okay, insert work area. Now you need to use into, guys. Into is the keyword. I tab, but here you need to specify where exactly you need to insert the record, guys. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I am going to insert at second position. I am going to insert this at the second position, guys, and maybe you can write the details and you can append it. Maybe I can write it Control C and Control V. Okay, that's it, guys. That's it, and you can see the records now and do the pretty print. Now you can see the records. Okay, but so what I have explained here, the insert. So insert will run our internal table at specified position, and we'll see later. So guys, so till here I have already seen, so I don't want to debug again. Okay, I have already shown the debugging till here. Now I want to show from here, so I'm going to put the breakpoint here, guys. Okay, I don't want to show it again, already I have showed here. So from here I need to debug. Wherever you want, you can put the debugger, guys. Okay, so now execute. The program will stop over. Maybe I already have the breakpoint here. Maybe I want to come the program from here to here directly, guys. When I press F5, it will execute line by line, statement by statement, right? When I execute F5, it will execute the line by line, guys. But I have here two breakpoints here. Okay, first the cursor stops at the first breakpoint, first breakpoint. Now I want to jump from here to the this breakpoint. I need to press F8, guys. So press F8. I'm pressing the F8 now, and it comes to the cursor should be here. It comes. What happened? Maybe my F8 is not working. Maybe here you can see there is a continue F8 button also. From here also you can click on the F8. F8. Now you can see, guys, that F8, the cursor, the program, this total program executed, and it stops over here, guys. Now see the records. If you have any doubt, go to the internal table. You have three records because we have inserted three records till here, guys, right? In the second position, what is the record we have? We have here 101 is the employee number at the second row and the second position. Now we'll see. I have a work area, and I will move the 103 to the work area and see the data in work area. Now it's in a 103 Hardik Pandya, and this is date of birth is this. And now I am going to insert the work area to the internal table at the second position and press F5. And F5 is only one statement execution. And go to the I tab. Now you can see, guys, the record is inserted at the second row, and the already with the record which is there at the second position will be moved to the next position, guys. Will be moved to the next position. That's the index operation, guys. That's the index operation and insert operation. And the record which is exist at this position will be moved to next position, next row or next row. The meaning is same, guys. Okay, you need to understand this. And this is my insert plus index operation, guys. Insert plus index operation. And now I need to find out. I need to find out how many records in the internal table. So you need to calculate the records in the internal table. How can you do this? How can you do this? So how can you do that? Okay, calculate the things. Says describe table, guys. This is the syntax. This is the keyword which we are going to use. Describe table. So to calculate number of records in the internal table. This is the one syntax. To calculate how many number of records we have in the internal table, we are going to use the syntax called describe table, guys. And the syntax is like this. And syntax is like this. Syntax is describe table, my internal table name, guys. Internal table. Here you need to use lines. It's a lines count, guys. So this is my data object, guys. You need to store the values, how many. This uh, this keyword, this is the keyword which will calculate how many number of records in the internal table. And so those lines will be stored, how many lines we have, how many records we have, that will be stored in the lines count is the data object, guys. Always you need to store the values. You need to have any data objects to hold that number of records. What is that is, here you can see it's in a line count. And now you tell me number of records, number of records, number of records, what kind of type it is. Number of records, perfect answer, it should be the type I, guys. Why? Because so the number of records, it can be a number, integers, 1 2 3 or 4. You cannot have decimals, you cannot have alphabets. So always you need to declare with the integer, guys. This data object always it should be an integer. Now can we do that? I have already 4 records. Maybe if I want to calculate, I need to use describe table. My describe table itab is the internal table, and lines, my lines is the line underscore count, guys. Lines line count. And you need to write, okay, total. What happened? Okay, it's not a double quote, it's in a single quote. Total number of records internal table, guys. What is the number of records now? Line underscore count. So this is the data object which you are going to use, guys. Do this. And ready printer, do you expect any syntactical errors? Yeah, so perfect. So you need to have any data objects for the line count, guys. So I do have a data objects, data, right? So line underscore count, it's a type in the there, guys. And save your program, do the pretty printer, do the syntax, no syntactical errors. Exit the breakpoint, delete the breakpoint. If you select again, it will delete the breakpoint, guys. Now see, guys, if the breakpoint is there at blank line, that means the breakpoint is deleted. Okay, and now I have in a describe table, I will go to the describe table, I put the new breakpoint and execute my program. Now yeah, it's moved a little upper here. Maybe I can delete that and press F8. Press F8. It come Press F8. It comes to the describe table. Now see the line count. The initial value is 0, but when I execute this, now you can see the line count is 4, guys. How many records you have in the internal table? 4 records. Go to and see, yes, there are 4 records, guys. That's the describe internal table, guys. So that's it for today. And we have seen what exactly the variables, what kind of data types we have, data objects we have in the system in ABAP. We have variable, and we have variable, we can store single fields and single values. And we have work area. Work area can hold multiple fields and single record. And we have internal table. And with this, we can have multiple columns or multiple fields with multiple records, guys. That's the internal table. If you want to declare these data objects, and we need to have in a data types for as in a reference objects, and if it is in a single field, you can directly define with a predefined type, and you can declare in a data objects. If it is in a work area, you need to have in a multiple fields. So if you want to club together multiple fields, we need to have in a user defined data types with the types, and types doesn't have any memory location. You need to uh, declare with the types with the begin of underscore your name ty underscore type, and the required fields you need to define the types, and you need to take the types as a reference, and you need to create a data objects for that, and your types name, and internal table type table of is the keyword to define a internal table, and it's in a reference type is the types, guys. And how can you move the data to the work area? First you need to put a work area hyphen field name, and you can pass the value, and after passing all the column values, a record you can store in the work area a single record. The work area is going to store a single record. The work area to store the single record. If you want to store multiple records, you need to have an internal table, and there are internal table operations. The first operation is the append. With the append you can transfer the data from work area to the internal table in the last. And if you want to insert the record at particular position in the internal table, we are going to use the keyword or operation insert plus index operation, and it will be inserted the record at particular specified position, and the record which is exist in the same position will be moved to the next position. And also if you want to calculate a number of records in the internal table, we are going to use the describe table, guys. That's the three uh, three operations we have seen. And and so this is our the internal table concept. This you need to remember this picture always, guys. Okay, work area and internal table. How can you move the data from work area to the internal table, guys? This is the baseline picture for my work area and internal table, guys. Okay, that's it for today's class. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? No? Yeah. So thank you. Thanks all. Thanks all, and see you tomorrow at the same timings. And we'll discuss about other internal table. Slowly we are moving. Slowly we are moving towards concepts of the ABAP, guys. Actual concepts of the ABAP. Okay. That's it for today's class. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.